Okay, so welcome everybody. Today's Monday, 19th of October. And we're going to start out today with a facial exercise, yoga for the face, which is actually a gentle massage of the forehead. So you want to take your three middle fingers and place them at the center of the forehead. If you had a central line drawn towards your nose, the fingers would be on either side. Space them a bit so that they're not squeezed together, but you've got some space between the fingers. And the index should be just below the hairline. The fourth finger, the ring finger, should be just above the eyebrows. So sitting tall, long neck, I want you just first to make little circles, and it's going to wrinkle the skin, and you go around and around in small circles. And then change the direction. And then we're going to do a pulling action where you pull your skin out towards the sides, towards the ears. And as you pull, I want you to wrinkle the spaces in between your eyebrows. So you're pulling the muscles against the hands, and then release that. And then you'll bring your fingers out a little bit, just above the eyes. And you'll do it again. Like you're frowning, you're pulling against, and then release. And then you'll go out again, and you'll pull the skin and frown and release. Bring your hands down and roll your shoulders a few times. Then we'll do that again. Fingers close to each other, the central line. Make little circles to begin with. Just little circles. Notice how you're feeling in your forehead. Notice the sensations. And then we'll pull the skin out towards the sides and frown. And then bring your fingers back, pull the skin and frown. And then again, bring your fingers back, pull the skin and frown. And relax, roll the shoulders again. So we do this in a set of 3. We'll do this one more time. Fingers close to each other, make those little circles. Pull and frown. And then center of the eyebrow, pull and frown. And then towards the edge of the eyebrow, pull the skin and frown. Now to relax, I want you to take all 4 fingers, and as if you're stretching the skin out to the side, you just let the fingers roll across the forehead towards the temples, and do that 3 times. Just pull and let them go across. Feel that sensation. It should feel really good. Pull and go across, and it relaxes the forehead. And bring your hands down and close your eyes. Notice the sensations in your forehead, in the skin there, at the eyebrows. Should be feeling very relaxed, and a softening of the skin. Good. Open your eyes, and we'll get to practicing. So come onto your hands and knees on your mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So I've changed the positioning of my computer, and it might be a little bit brighter. I'm hoping it will be. Here we go. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And you're going to spread your fingers wide and really dial the hands out to get those shoulders activated, arms activated. Knees underneath the hips. We'll take a deep breath in and curl the spine, looking skyward. And then we breathe out and round, looking underneath towards the belly button. Breathe in and curl, looking skyward. Breathe out and round, look to the belly button. And again, let's breathe in and curl. Breathing out, rounding. One more time. Really warming up the spine. And round. Coming back to a flat back, Open your knees and let's sink down into child's pose. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I'm still feeling the sensation in my forehead just after our massage. It should feel pretty good. Lower the head down. If you can get it onto your mat, great. If not, you can place your hands underneath your forehead to relax. Take a few deep breaths here. In and out. Lifting your head, look forward. Come up onto your hands and knees. Bring your hands far out in front of you. And you'll bring your knees hip width. Tucking your toes under, we'll take our downward facing dog. Pedal your feet right and left. Really get into your down dog. Let your hips move. Legs are moving. And then straightening the legs. We'll take a deep breath in and move into a plank position. Fingers and hands strong, and the dialing out of the hands is still active. Push down, back to down dog. And again, we move into a plank position. Everything's strong. Push back to down dog. Last time, we move into the plank position, lowering the knees down, looking forward, lower your chest down to the earth. Once you're there, lengthen your legs out behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades, and let's do 5 cobras. So breathing in, come to a small cobra, breathing out, come back down. This time a little bit higher, breathing in, and breathing out, coming back down. A little bit higher, let's keep going. Breathing in, good, breathing out. Once more, let's breathe in. And breathing out. Push up onto your hands and knees. Let's get a side stretch. Right hand off the mat, left hand on top. Press your hips back. Feel the left hand side of the body stretching out. And you can rest your head on the left arm. Lifting back up. Let's set the left hand off the mat. Right hand on top. Pressing your hips back. The head rests on the right arm if you wish. Rising back up. Reset your hands, getting ready for a down dog. Tuck the toes under, push up and back to down dog. Looking to your hands, begin stepping your feet forward until you reach the front edge. Coming to the front edge of your mat, bend your knees, separate your toes. So what I like to do is I like to get my index finger in between each of the toes so they come apart. No toe touches another toe, okay? All the toes separated. Knees soft, grab your elbows and begin swaying from side to side. Then come back to center and lower your arms down. Roll your right and left shoulders. All good? Turn your head from right to left. You're folding forward. I'm just going to mute everyone. There's some extra noise going on here. Turn the head from right to left. Little no with the head. Good. Little yes with the head up and down. Excellent. Good. Now, just really let go of the arms and the shoulders. Let them roll and relax. Hands to your hips, elbows up to the sky. Bend your knees now. Lift your chin and begin rising to a standing position. Very slow and gentle. Once you're all the way up, be sure you've got your feet hip width, toes wide, dialing your legs outwards. Hands come to your heart center. Lift up through the chest. Draw the shoulders back. Okay. Let's go into our vinyasa to warm up. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms and stretch skyward. As you breathe out, bend at the knees and fold yourself forward. The hands come to your mat. Come to that halfway lift, stretching the heart forward. And then setting your hands down, step back to a plank position. Everything strong. So we're going to warm slowly the body. Bring your knees down and we'll move down just without a push-up this time. Go all the way down. Point your toes, lengthen your legs, squeeze the shoulder blades and dial your hands out. And we rise to a little cobra. Then we bring the chest back down. Push up onto the knees. Tucking your toes. Push back to downward facing dog. Take deep, slow breaths here. The more you breathe, the better you're going to feel. And the more you connect up all of those subtle bodies. Remember, I was talking in the beginning about we have our physical body, but you've also got the subtle bodies, the subtle anatomy. And the breath helps to combine and bring everything together. Look to your hands, take big steps forward this time. Rise to a halfway lift, pull the heart forward, and then fold forward all the way down. Hands to your hips, your knees rebend, and we rise into a squat position before rising all the way up to standing. Legs are dialing out, hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, rise up. Breathing out, let's fold again forward. Halfway lift, breathing in. Step back to your plank position, everything strong. Move your knees down. This time, if you wish, let's do that push-up. Down and up, all the way down. Point your toes, lengthening your legs. Rise to a cobra. Even in the cobra, the hands dial out. Bring your chest back down and push back to downward facing dog. Stay here and take deep, slow breaths. So we're combining up. We're getting everything together. Subtle body, anatomical, physical body. Face is relaxing, and especially relax that forehead. Good. Look to your hands now and do it again, stepping forward, big steps forward. Yes, halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward. Okay, everybody make sure you're dialing out with your feet so your knees dial out a little bit. That's it, Richard. Good. Okay, hands to your hips. Get into that chair position and you rise through the chair. This helps to work the legs, hips, and knees. Hands to your heart center. Keep dialing out your feet. Geraldine, I can see your knees are going in. Bring them out. Yes, that's it. Deep breath in. Let's go. Arms go up. Breathing out, fold forward. Hands come to the earth. Good, Lisa. Halfway lift. Breathing in. Step back to your plank position. One push-up if you wish. You can do your push-up. Good, Evelyn. All the way down. Good, Richard. All the way down, cobra, and downward facing dog. Everybody's looking good. Pedal your feet if you wish. Really find that breath. Okay. Bring your feet together now and raise your right leg as high as possible. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring the knee to the nose. So we really warm up the core here. Breathing in, stretch the leg back up. Breathing out, bring the knee to the nose. And again, breathing in, raise the leg. Breathing out, knee to the nose. Hold it here, belly in, and see if you can just kick the foot forward between your hands. Spin your left heel down and rise up to a warrior two position. Right arm forward, left arm back. Sink down. Be sure you're dialing out your right foot so the knee moves towards the baby toe. Dial out your left foot so the knee gets in the proper position for the back leg. From here, reverse, and we'll move back down again to a plank position. One little push-up if you wish, all the way down, cobra, and downward facing dog. Bringing your feet together again. Raise your left leg. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, knee to the nose. Breathing in, raise it back up. Breathing out, knee to the nose. One more time, breathing in. Breathe out, bring the knee in. And see if you can unwind the foot and bring it between the hands. Spin your right heel down and rise up to a warrior two. Dialing out the left foot is going to get the knee in the right position. Dialing out the right foot is going to bring that back knee in a good position for the leg. Look at your left hand, sinking down. Let's reverse and move back down again to a plank. Hands underneath the shoulders, dialing out. Do a push-up if you wish. All the way down into Cobra. Downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet. Let's look to our hands. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift, breathing in. Breathe out and fold. Bend your knees, hands to your thighs, and rise up to the chair. Now check that your feet are in a perfect position, perfectly hip width. Dialing the feet out brings the knees a little bit wider. The belly pulls in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We're going to do a breathing exercise here. Set your gaze forward. You take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull the belly in against the low back. And again, breathe in. See if the breath can come into the chest. Breathe out, belly in. Now we do a little bit of a subtle perineal contraction while we do this. Deep breath into the chest. Breathe out, belly in, perineum up. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Once more, breathe in, breathing out. Raise the arms up. Keep yourself in chair. Take a deep breath in, stretch the spine, and breathe out, fold forward. Halfway lift, stepping back to a plank. One push-up, all the way down. Cobra, downward facing dog. Right leg, take the momentum and take a warrior two position. Immediately dialing the legs out. Reverse and move back down again to your plank. One push-up, all the way down, Cobra, and downward facing dog. Left leg to your warrior two. Dialing the legs out, reverse, and move back down again to a plank position. One push-up. Make it all strong, everyone. All the way down, Cobra, and downward facing dog. Hold your down dog. Deep breaths here, everyone. Stay with the down dog for the moment. We're going to work through this one more time. Look to your hands, step or jump forward. That's it. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees down low, hands to your thighs. Come up to that chair, keeping the hands on the thighs, dialing the feet out. Here we go with that breath again. Deep breath into the chest. Breathe out, belly goes in, perineum up. Breathing in. Breathing out, belly in, perineum up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Two more times. Breath into the chest, hands onto the thighs, Geraldine. Breathing out, belly in, perineum up. Good, good, good. Good, Geraldine. One more time, deep breath in. Breathing out, belly in, perineum up. Now raise your arms. Stretch your arms really high to the sky. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the belly. And fold forward as you breathe out. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Good. Nice, everybody. One push up, down and up. All the way down, point your toes coming into a cobra and downward facing dog. Everybody looking good, looking good. Right leg to warrior two. Perfect. Reverse it, go back and then back down again to a plank position. Stay strong, everyone. One push up, down and up. All the way down, point your toes and into cobra and downward facing dog. Yes. Left leg up and into warrior two. Stay with the flow. Yes. Reverse it. We're almost there. Back down again to a plank position. One push up, down and up. Excellent. All the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Doing great, everyone. Downward facing dog. Ay, 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 ay. Good. Well done, Geraldine. Very good, Lisa, Richard, Evelyn. Excellent. Tracy and Christelle, I'm sure you guys are working hard too. Doing good. If you need to take child's pose right now, go for that. Taking a few deep breaths. Just recover. Everyone can come back up to downward facing dog. And we're going to start with our left leg today. So bring your left leg up between the hands. Spin your right heel down. Rise up to warrior two position. Warrior two. Bringing your hands to your hips. Straighten your left leg. And turn your left foot so that you're facing the right-hand side of your mat. Your legs are wide, more than a meter, okay? More than a meter wide. Your feet are pointing straight forward towards the right-hand side of your mat. If you want to work even harder, the heels are a little bit wider than the toes, okay? Hands at your hips. And I want you just to move the hips in a nice big circle. Going gently. Of course, if there's any pain in the hip joint, you won't make the movement so big. You can make it very small. Change the direction of the circle. Now bring the hips into the center. Feel as if you're drawing your feet towards each other, okay? You're going to feel like there's a contraction at the inner thighs. Pull the feet in. Hands at your low back. Push your hips forward, open the chest, and let yourself go back as far as possible while still pulling the legs in towards each other. Take a few deep breaths here. If it's not comfortable for the neck, just look forward. Lift your head first, then the chest, then allow yourself to fold forward all the way down until you can get your hands on the floor. Now, if this position is very easy for you, maybe you want to widen your feet. Just toe heel a few times until you get wide so that you feel that there's that stretch on the inner thighs. And if possible, you keep your hands on the floor, or you could bring your elbows down. Let your head drop and take deep breaths here. This should be a very strong stretch at the inner thighs. Setting your hands back down. Bring your right hand underneath the face, so right underneath the nose. And your left hand can go to your left hip. Turn to look to the left, so it's towards the front edge of your mat. If it's comfortable, raise your left arm. See if you can get one straight line, left hand to right hand. Few deep breaths. Legs are still contracting inwards. Bring the hands down. Now, keeping the feet strong, grab your elbows and begin swaying from side to side. And then sway to the left leg. It's at the front of your mat, okay? See if you can grab the leg, the ankle, or the foot, and bring that right arm towards the leg or ankle or the foot. See if you can bring your nose down towards the knee. Stay and breathe. Releasing, bring your hands back to the center. Walk your feet in a little bit. You'll heel, toe, heel, and bring the heels in, toes pointing out to the sides. Bending your knees, hands to your thighs, and you'll raise the chest up. And this is the standing goddess position. So you lift and open your chest, open the arms, elbows bending, palms skyward. Lift the chin and sink down nicely. And hold here. Deep breaths. Belly is tight. Breaths come into the chest. Sink down a little bit lower. And then rise all the way up to standing. Arms come down. Now first, turn your left foot forward to the front edge of your mat. Then turn your right foot so that you're diagonal with the right foot towards the front of the mat. Turn your hips, and we'll raise our right arm, bring it behind the head. Left arm comes up behind the back. See if you can catch the fingers. If not, it's not a big deal. You just reach for them, okay? Lift your chest. Keep the legs. Both feet are dialing out. So left foot dialing out to the left, right foot dialing to the right. Go back a little bit before folding forward over the left leg. Go down as low as possible and stay here. Release your right hand to the floor. Fingertips touch the floor. If you need to, you bend the left knee. Release your left arm down towards the foot first. And then you reach in front, spinning until you come into a revolving triangle. The front knee can be bent, or you can work towards straightening. Stay here for a few more breaths. Bring the left hand down. Bend the front knee nicely. Stepping back to a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet to release the legs. And if you wish, come into a child's pose. Relaxing the legs. You can turn the palms to the sky to get that outward rotation of the arms and shoulders. Forehead is down. Lift your head back up. And we're going to be practicing the other side. So bring your palms down and get ready by coming into downward facing dog. So now we're going to send our right leg forward between the hands. Spin your left heel down and rise up to your warrior two. Okay? Hands come to your hips. Straighten out your right leg. Good, looking good, everybody. Now we'll turn the right foot. You'll be facing the left-hand side of your mat this time. Check that your feet are parallel and that the toes point towards the left-hand side of your mat. Hands onto your hips. Now this time, before when we moved the hips, we had our legs straight. This time, bend your knees a bit and you'll have much more mobility in the hips. So go round and around. This is like lubricating the hip joint as well as the sacroiliac joint and the low back. Change the direction. Then come back to center, straighten the legs. Okay, this time we're going to use our arms. Clasp your hands behind you. Stretch the arms as straight as possible and go back. Lift the chin, lift the chest. If it's comfortable, you can let your head go back. If not, you just look forward. Now looking forward, rise back up and fold forward over the legs. Now here we won't go as wide as possible, but see if you can fold yourself a little bit more and raise the arms even higher. The legs are activated, so you're drawing your feet in towards each other. Stay here and breathe deeply and slowly. All right, let's release the arms, set the hands down. Good. Left hand comes underneath the head, and your right hand goes to the right hip. We get into that twisting position. If you wish, raise the right arm to the sky. One line from hand to hand. Turn and open. Bringing the hands back down, grab your elbows and sway from side to side. Good. Now we'll sway and grab the right ankle, leg, or the foot. The left arm stretches far to grab the foot or the ankle so that you get that stretch down the left-hand side. Bring the nose to the knee and hold here. Releasing. Come back to center and turn your heels in. You don't need to walk your feet in this time. Turn them in, one hand at a time on the thighs. Lift the chest. Leave your hips alone. Don't tuck them under. Keep them back. This time, arms come up over the head and bend at the elbows so the palms are together over the head. Sink down into your goddess pose. Holding. Set your gaze at one point. Releasing, straighten up, hands at the hips. Turn your right foot forward. Turn your left foot diagonally forward, and it's going to be out to the side a little bit than the right foot. Turning your hips forward. Raise your left arm up and over the head. Right arm reaches behind, and see if you can clasp the hands. Lift your chin, go back a little bit, and then fold forward over the front leg. Holding here, deep breaths. To release, bring your left hand down. Spider the fingertips so that you're really on your fingertips and there's an engagement in your hand. If you want, bend the front knee. If not, you can keep it straight. Bring the right arm down behind you towards the foot, and you circle around until you reach into revolving triangle. Stay here, stay strong. After this, we get a little rest. Good job. Bring the hand down, bend the front knee, and stepping yourself back and into downward facing dog first, releasing, and then into child's pose. Knees come down, sink back, palms to the sky. Set your forehead down and just rest. From here, set your hands down to either side of the head. Push against the floor to lift up onto your knees. Coming all the way onto the knees, one foot in front of you, rise to a standing position. Good. Shake your legs out of it. Hands to your hips. Bend your right knee and bring it out to the side. So getting ready for tree pose. You're at the ankle, heel higher than the kneecap, or at the inner thigh. Raise your arms up, arms in a V position for tree pose. Raise the chest, raise the eyes. Staying calm and focused. Bring your arms by your sides, palms facing the floor. Send your right leg back and into an airplane position. Set your gaze now at the floor and hold. Raise the leg nicely behind you to get that contraction into the glute. Now rise back up. See if you can avoid touching the floor and lift the foot out in front of you, inner thigh, and the foot lifts. And you're going to bring your right arm up, left hand underneath the elbow. Hold for a moment, set your gaze. 3, 2, 1. Releasing, bring the foot back down and shake your legs out. Good job. Hands to your hips, we'll do the other side. Bend your left knee, bring it out to the side. You're either at the ankle, heel higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise the arms up, get into the tree pose. Lift your eyes. Stay calm and focused. Palms face the floor, arms wide. Send the leg back behind you and into an airplane position. Raising the leg nicely to get into the glute. Hold it and breathe. Then raise the leg back up in front of you. Bring the right arm across. Left arm on top, the elbow touches the wrist. Okay? And the left leg pulls up in front of you with the heel up. Hold the position, set your gaze. 3, 2, 1. Come on back down and relax. Shake out the legs if you wish. Good. Come back to the front edge of your mat, and we're going to get down onto our tummies, working through the vinyasa. Hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms. Breathing out, fold, bending at the knees and the hips. Halfway lift, breathing in. Step back to a plank position and move yourself down onto the floor. Hands underneath the forehead, feet hip width. Move your hips from side to side. A little relaxation into the back, the hips and the legs. Keep your forehead down. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Raise both legs and squeeze them in towards each other 5 times. In and out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs back down and move the hips from side to side to relax. Now the upper body, you'll keep your legs down, keep your toes down. You'll raise your head, chest, arms and hands, elbows up off the floor. And you'll spread your arms wide 5 times. 5, and then bring them underneath again, the forehead. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your head back down onto the hands and relax, hips moving from side to side. Now we'll do our classic snake pose and bow pose. Richard, here, if you'd like, you get into camel right now, okay? Clasp your hands together, everyone. Lift the head, chest, neck, and the legs. Holding, squeezing the shoulder blades tight. Use your legs, use your glutes. If you need to, come down and rest before going into bow pose. Otherwise, go straight into bow, bending the knees, grab the ankles or the feet, and come up into your bow pose. Good. One more deep breath in. And come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Everyone press up onto the knees. Let's walk our knees forward, and we're going to move straight onto the back. So bring your feet to one side. Knees bend. Roll down onto your back. Elbows into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades tight. Raise your hips, coming up into a half bridge pose. Lengthening out the neck. Hold the position. Squeeze your glutes well. See if you can really get the hips up so you get a stretch of the hip flexors. Lengthen out your neck. If you'd like to take full bridge pose now, you may. You set your hands to either side of the head, come to the crown of the head and rise up to full bridge. If not, you just stay in the half bridge, another 3 breaths. When you're ready, raise your arms up over your head, reaching behind you. We'll lower the back 1 vertebra at a time, very, very slowly. And once you're all the way down, you can set the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Allow yourself to relax here. Let the knees open up naturally. Raise your knees back up. And bring your feet to hip width. Keep the arms over the head. Let your knees fall to the right and hold the position. Just a gentle twist. Raise your left knee first, right knee follows, and then allow the knees to fall to your left. Arms still over the head. Raise your right knee first, left knee follows. And we lift the knees up to the chest, squeeze them, and rock from side to side. And from here, we're going to go straight into Viparita Karani. Hips lift up either onto a pillow or onto your block. What you'll do is you'll get into half bridge pose, lift your hips up onto the pillow or the block, and stretch the legs skyward. Turn the palms of your hands to the sky. If you need to hold onto your legs, you can do that. Or if you have a strap nearby, you put them around the bottoms of your feet to hold onto the strap so that the legs stay skyward. Turn the palms skyward. Close your eyes. And taking deep breaths, just allow yourself to relax and to let go in this position. Continue holding Viparita Karani for another 30 seconds. Bend your knees now. Set your feet flat on the floor. Good. Lifting your hips, take the block out from underneath you and place your hips down slowly to the floor, onto the floor. Stretch your legs one at a time onto the floor and turn your palms to the sky. Good. We're going to relax the whole body all at once. So if we say that your level of relaxation right now is at a 10, and that each time a number is said, you go down into a deeper relaxation until we get to 1. So starting at 10, take yourself to a 9. To an 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Begin deepening your breath now. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. Raise your arms over your head, stretching from your hands to your feet. Good. And lifting your knees up to your chest. Squeeze your knees against your chest. And rock a bit from side to side. Very nice. Stretching your right arm to your right ear. Roll all the way to your right hand side. And when you're ready, lift yourself up from the side into a seated position. Just take a moment to bring the palms of your hands together and close your eyes and notice the sensation that just touching the hands together, what sensation that creates. And now with one hand, take the fingertips and bring it down over the fingers and the inside of the other hand until you reach the palm. Make it all the way to the wrist. And then do the other side. Fingertips pulling down over the inside of the fingers, the palm, all the way to the wrist. Excellent. Now rub your hands together. Bring the hands over the face, gently tapping around your eyes. Shaking your hands out in front of you to relax and let go. And again, rub the hands together over the face, gently tapping around the eyes. And shake out to let go. Bringing your hands again together in prayer at your heart center. And I wish you all a lovely day. Thanks very much for joining. Namaste. Well done, everybody.